Mr. Transformers 96 here with a special guest.
Mandii J, but how special am I now?
Super special. Alright, so we're reviewing the Jurassic Park figures featuring Dennis and Hammond. We've reviewed all the Jurassic Park figures, however we've only posted the T-Rex and then this review on my channel. We've posted all of them on her channel, so if you do want the rest of our Jurassic Park coverage and just the other Funko coverage in general and collaboration videos that we've been doing, feel free to check out her channel, Mandii J. The link for it will be in the description, as well as the cards and the last 20 minutes of this, or last 20 seconds of this video. So, on to the figures. What do you think in package?
So, in package, I really think that Dennis stands out because of the yellow jacket and everything, and I really do enjoy how Hammond looks, because I like the glasses for the most part. I feel like they're rather unique than what we've seen on other people. We don't often see glasses, but I feel like they have more, like, leaned towards finally doing, like, this kind of clear look with the glasses and stuff. I really do like how they've kind of molded and sculpted glasses on their pops recently. Yeah. So I'm kind of happy with that.
Overall, yeah, I do think that they look pretty neat in package. For me personally, Dennis is the only human that I purchased, and it's the only Jurassic Park figure that Mandii didn't purchase. Yeah, so you can see that there is a little discrepancy as far as what humans we deem valuable. But yeah, overall, I really do like the package design of them.
It's not valuable. It's just, I figured, why buy another Dennis when you have a Dennis?
But would you have bought it if I didn't? I don't think so.
At this point, I wouldn't... Okay, I bought Hammond because we had all but
True.
Hammond, so I was like...
So if I didn't buy Dennis, we probably wouldn't have either of these figures.
Probably.
Yeah,
but I probably sense. if I would have bought Hammond and it, I feel like it gets to the point where I'm so close to completing the set, I might as well have just bought the other ones, you know?
I get that. Well, regardless, she finds Dennis to be the least important human of this wave.
Oh,
I find him to be the most. I like Dennis quite a bit.
I enjoy Dennis. It's just not my favorite character.
I think it's just actor-wise. I'm a big Seinfeld fan. He obviously plays Newman, so big fan of him from there, and of course Space Jam and the whole bit. I love Dennis.
He did name his Dilophosaur Jerry.
I did, yeah, because the Dilophosaur eats Newman. Jerry eats Newman. Alright, so here's the rest of the assortment. As you can see, we've done reviews for all of them. Make sure to check them out because we do have all the reviews. We reviewed the dinosaurs individually, and we were reviewing the humans in sets of 2.
Yes. So if you want more information about the boxes and stuff, we kind of go in more detail about the boxes on Alan and Ian's review, but overall it's the same feel. You get a really nice detail of like the characters. I feel like for some reason these humans are like the most detailed
than the dinosaurs?
No, just in general. Like I feel like we get a lot of characters who are just like plainish.
Yeah, I think these definitely have a lot of personality. I think that all of these are very recognizable. Like, there's some humans from Funko where you just quite can't tell who they are unless you're looking at the name on the box. But for the Jurassic Park ones, I think that they're all very, very recognizable, and you can definitely tell.
Yeah, because I like, if you think about it, unless it's like very period-wise, like they date to a certain time in history or something like that, a lot of modern-day pops kind of seem to like blend in.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. But let's get these out of package and see how good they are.
Yep.
And here they are out of package. So, you want to start with Hammond or Dennis?
We'll start out with Hammond, because we did do a little bit of discussion off camera about Hammond, and I kind of feel like we might as well bring that into it.
Go for it.
But we were kind of talking about how we feel of Hammond outside of the box and everything, and we kind of made the joke that he looked like a guy who went to Florida and retired.
He totally does,
because of, like, I feel like that's, like, without the cane, it definitely would look like someone who just, like, decided, yeah, white is, like, the best color to wear in Florida kind of thing.
If it matches your hair. Overall, I find that the figure itself just isn't super impressive, and what's weird is I can't quite determine why I think that. I think it's just the fact that they use the same shade of white in the hair and the clothing kind of annoys me.
If they would have like done a little bit of a slightly gray tint for his hair,
people
that would
don't
have been
have
nice.
Just like snow white hair, you know.
Unless you dye it.
Well, true. Something tells me Hammond doesn't dye his hair though. So overall, yeah.
I mean, you never know. He has like a multi-million-dollar company. He might have dyed his hair.
True, it's possible, but I'm just not a big fan of it. He looks so plain in my opinion. I like the glasses though. I think the glasses are designed nice.
I like the glasses. I really like the hat and the detailing in the hat. Like, let's not like underlook that.
But there's no paint to bring out that detail. It's all just a solid just plain. It looks like the plastic paint color.
I would do is if I could, if I could, haha, I can. I'm probably gonna go over it with like a darker kind of like tan and do like a wash, just so that way I can get like the crevices kind of darkened so that it pops that detail.
That would be great. I think that's what Funko should have done in the first place, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too hard for me to go in and do some kind of white, like, I can do a wash on his, like, hair to give it that kind of gray, and I can do a wash on the hat, and I think it would definitely, it would just make this pop a little bit more pleasing.
Yeah, with a custom version of this can look really great, but just the way that they did it, I think is kind of a letdown in my opinion. I also think that, for the most part, the paint on the costume is all done pretty nicely, except when it comes to the shoes.
Like, a little couple of specks, and then, like, if you look here on his beard, it's not quite right. I'd probably go in with some white paint and just touch it up.
The beard is a little sloppy.
But, I mean, the wristwatch is well painted, the ring is well painted.
With the watch, I wish that there were arms on the watch handle. I mean, I know it's small and everything, but when we go over Dennis here, you can see the detail that's put into his, like, little badge. We'll go into that a little more. And they could have easily put, 2 little sticks on the watch.
Yeah, that is true. I don't, necessarily, I don't mind it just because it's, you don't have a lot of black on this pop, so it's, not necessarily something that I'm missing, but other than that, I feel like the detailing on this one is a bit better.
I like the cane.
It's not as sloppy.
I can't tell if the cane is... No, it's not translucent at all. It would have been cool if the top of the cane was a bit translucent.
Oh, yeah. To look like the amber.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
He panicked because I moved a light and he tried to grab the camera thinking the camera was going to fall. But if you can kind of look up here, it's hard to see, but it looks like the mold of the glasses aren't necessarily, the best. In the back you have those two. Dots.
I like the clear plastic that they use for the lenses, though, on all of these pops. Well, they're really nice.
If you look on the camera here, you can kind of see it. It's just, the mold of the glasses are a little sloppy. Which, if you look at it in a certain way, just by slightly tilting, if you were looking at it from above, you can definitely see that there, and that's kind of annoying, because I don't know if that's something I can necessarily fix.
Yeah.
Because that would involve me probably having to find a way to take off the glasses, go in, heat up the glasses, cut it off, and then glue the glasses back on.
That's true.
And that just seems like a little bit more effort than I'm willing to try on him, just because I'd be afraid to break the glasses or something, or break him.
Yeah, so overall, I mean, I think that the design of it is very nice. There's some good detail on him. I find that the choice in paint colors is lacking, though.
Yeah, because
it takes away any form of definition.
Yeah, if you look at if you go back to our video with Malcolm in it, you can at least see that they at least tried to break up the blacks, and I wish they would have done something like that on Hammond. He falls a little short. Kind of disappointed, but at the same time, it's not like the disappointment of the Velociraptor either.
Yeah, true. I mean, he's just... Velociraptors are a little more important than him, I think, so... Overall... Oh, no, just, I mean,
I don't know, he did make the company, so...
I mean, for me, I'd prefer the Velociraptor be a better figure than Hammond.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, a little disappointing in some areas, but in some other areas, he's fine. As far as Dennis is concerned, I like Dennis a lot. I think that if there's a portion of him that falls short, it's a bit of the head sculpt. I think that he's got a very boxy look. As far as his hair doesn't have much of a style in the film, so there's not a whole lot that they can gravitate towards to give him a very unique look, in my opinion. But I think that they did the best that they could. Also, his chin, I think, is... I don't know, I would have I can't tell if that they're going for the chin or a double chin there. I don't know what they're going for, But
yeah, I think it does give him a little bit more character though. It does kind of scream more Dennis just because of that chin.
That's true.
But also one thing I noticed as you're spinning him around, the hair paint is thin in some places.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then even it looked like someone ended up chipping his hair right here. But if you look at the facial features too, you'll also notice that there is some paint in the face that shouldn't be there. If you turn it to the other side, you'll definitely see some paint on his forehead and stuff that definitely wasn't meant to be there.
Yeah, so there's definitely some issues as far as the paint's concerned. It looks just kind of like dirty marks. I mean, that's little stuff that really shouldn't be on a figure. I kind of understand if there's seams that they don't paint well, but just having random splotches of different paint on an area that shouldn't have that paint is really lazy and kind of cheap in my opinion. So yeah, that's disappointing.
I really feel if they could make really great sculpts, very detailed sculpts and everything, they should be able to match the paint.
Yeah, totally. As far as the costume's concerned, I do like the costume. He has rather bright colors. There's not a whole lot of definition in his costume, but it fits the movie because he's got very bright yellow and he's got just a gray and then a different kind of gray with a bit of a steel kind of a blue shading in the pants. He does have some splotches in the pants. It's almost like they're little holes, which is kind of weird. He has some excellent detail in the badge. Like it's really hard to see, but it's awesome, and you can see like it's even his photo is the pop photo. You know, I don't know. Like I just love that. There's writing there. You really can't read it, but there is writing.
What like blows my mind is they can get detail like that, but they can't keep it clean.
yeah. I mean, that's solely printed on there, you know, and it's definitely just a lack of quality in some areas. But I do like this a lot. I think that's a great little attention to detail. That would be very easy for them just to sculpt something that's just white with like some scribbles on it. But no, it's like a legit badge that somebody sat down at the computer and designed that full badge and then had it like really smallly, you know, printed onto the figure. He is holding the can there, the shaving cream, which he does hide the dinosaur eggs in.
The embryos.
Yeah.
Not eggs. They won't fit in there. Huh?
That's true. So yeah, that is kind of nice that he is holding that. I like this pose for him and everything. In the 2-pack with the
Dilophosaur?
Yeah, the Dilophosaur that's an Entertainment Earth exclusive. He is in the same exact pose and he's wearing the same glasses and everything. And I find that very disappointing. I feel like
the reason why it's disappointing because you completely forgot to tell them that there was tar on his face.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got the tar on his face. That's the only difference within the figure, but it's disappointing because I think that the sculpt itself should be definitely different. First of all, when he has the tar on his face, he isn't wearing glasses, so it's perfect. He should definitely have his glasses off. And then I think that he should be in a different pose because he's got such a natural, just slobbish type of pose here that there's no like freaking out, and obviously that's what's happening in the scene. So I would have definitely liked to see him not holding the can, maybe have his hands up like he's a little afraid, something like that, just to show the scene.
I would have liked it where, you know, when he puts his face on his hand to try to remove it and it's like stuck on his hands. It would be cool if they had his hands like up in front of his face and the tar was like going from his like, or not the tar, but like the glue. The goo. Yeah. It kind of looks tarry to me.
It does, but yeah, it's black.
The goo were to like string from his face to his hands or something like that.
That would be absolutely spectacular because that 2-pack for me is very disappointing considering you have 2 figures and they're exactly the same, both of them, except for the black on Dennis's face because the Dilophosaur is exactly the same. So that's a really disappointing exclusive pack for me. I would have personally loved to get it had they designed them a little bit more uniquely to showcase that scene.
You could definitely so easily just go in with some black paint, dot it on his face and call it a day.
Oh yeah, you can do it yourself very easily because it doesn't have to be clean or anything. So even if you're not good at that stuff, you can totally do it easily. So yeah, overall, as far as these 2 figures, I'm not big into Hammond, just figure-wise, you know?
Yeah, he is my least, I think, favorite out of all of them when it comes to the people in this wave.
For me personally, though, I do like Dennis, and I think it's a little bit because I'm biased because I kind of like the character, I like the actor, but I also think
you love Seinfeld.
I do love Seinfeld, and I think that this is just it's a good representation of the character in the film, at least, so, for me personally.
Well, I think Alan Grant and Ian Malcolm do the same thing, too.
I feel like
definitely. It's great. I just feel like out of all 4, I feel like Hammond kind of falls a little short. But there's not much you can do with Hammond either, because it's not like he changes outfits or anything throughout the thing either.
I like the sculpt of Hammond, I just don't like the
paint?
Yeah, I don't like the simplistic paint scheme that they went with.
Yeah, and I can see that, and I can totally, like, get that.
But yeah. Overall, any last thoughts on the setup here?
No, not at all.
All right.
Well, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know where to leave them.
And thanks so much for watching.